he loved us and sent his Son to be the atoning sacrifice for our sins. Beloved, since God loved us so much, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is perfected in us. By this we know that we abide in him and he in us, because he gives us his Spirit. Because he gives us his attitude about people. That's not our attitude about people. That's not how we feel about one another. That's how we feel sometimes about someone, maybe, but not about one another. So this morning, we're going to find out as we walk step by step through these scriptures what God is saying. There's some key things in here that God is saying to us of how we are revealed the Son of God. I know we think we're revealed the Son of God by some spirit floating around, giving us goosebumps and telling us, oh, you know, you got it and everybody else doesn't. I say nothing about that, because that is so totally against God. God is putting us all on the same playing field. There's only certain ways we get revealed who Jesus is. And it's through the channels that Jesus has chosen. That's why we have Nicodemus run into Jesus by night, by when it was dark in his life, and he's saying, how in the world? Your teachings are powerful. How do I get this stuff? And he says, you have to be born again. You have to understand it from above. Nicodemus wasn't some idiot for running to Jesus by night, sneaking around like we heard. Nicodemus was wonderful. He was a learned man. He studied God all his life and dedicated his life to Jesus, to the studies of God. And he couldn't understand something, so he had enough guts to run up to Jesus and say to him, I don't get this thing. What is it about? He was searching and seeking after God. That's some guy we need to condemn in the corner because he had a question? Come on! This guy gave his life to the studies. Running, man! Tell me, God, Jesus, your teachings are different. Could you tell me what this is about? And God says, yeah, Nicodemus, you got to see this from up here, from me. You can't see it by yourself. Your studies don't cut it. They're good. They don't cut it. And you know, that is the only place in the New Testament where it even mentions born again, born from above. We need to see this thing from above. I almost brought a platform, but I wasn't brave enough. Maybe the next time. Where we could just step on the platform and start to feel what it's like to see something from higher ground. You know, just a little step, just stepping up here makes it feel different. Then stepping on a step stool would make it really different. Then stepping on some high plank of some kind would make it feel so tremendously different in this room when you're speaking, because you see all kinds of things from a higher view. You know, I'm 5'2". I laughed the other day. John posted a bunch of stuff in the back for me for the ministers, and I couldn't see them because they were too high. And I laugh. I do that all the time at work. I'm 5'2". My explanation of you is not wrong. I see the schedule at 5:2. But you're like walking in, putting it on the board of iView, and I'm like, can't see it. And that's great, John. That's just an example. So, Jesus knows this. And Jesus is giving us a teaching here, sending some people to say, don't believe these teachers that are telling you that you're worth nothing as a human. Don't believe it. If it was true, then I wouldn't have sent Jesus to be a human. Amen. If I didn't want to redeem my people through understanding that only I could give, I would have just zapped them and said, forget about being natural. Let's just be spiritual. So don't beat yourself up because of who you are. And by the way, there is absolutely no way you could be who you are if God didn't choose that. You're chosen just by being born. You know, you ever you get older and you think, I'm not part of that family. And everyone tries to run, it's funny, I had to think of, I forget his name, some guy that divorced his parents. He became a mess. You don't divorce your parents. We try to hide them sometimes because they look like we want them to look at people that we want to present them to. But they're God's choice. And when we start viewing through God's eyes, we're going to find out that we'll present anything. So this morning, let's go to our first verse. This is a really simple message this morning about purity code, of how we are to live, okay? The great thing about this is that we're able to do it. That's the great thing about it. All those other purity codes, we're not able to do it. But this one we're able to do. Actually, we were told to live this way. So verse 7. If someone in the congregation could read loud and clear verse 7 from your New American Standard Version, because I lent my Bible to someone. Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God. And everyone who loves is born of God and knows God.
Amen. Beloved. Beloved. Let's get this morning, okay? Let's get this. Let's open our spirits, open our minds, open our hearts. Beloved. Beloved. Dearly loved this morning. Adored. Adored. Dearly loved. Favored. My favorite. Loved. Ultimately, this is what this word ultimately means when it says beloved here. Loved by God. Loved by God this morning. Let us love one another. Loved by God, love one another. Why? Because love is from God. Everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. Mouthful right there. Those of you that are loved by God, the problem, I see a problem here.